button after they have changed their auto ship, just so that they don't get the same thing that they ordered the month before if they want to change that up. And also, just say, oh, well, we've got this energy drink now, and you want to try something completely new. So.
Okay, and if you guys want to share maybe one little tip on maybe some verbiage on, let's say you have that loyal customer. They finished their first 3 months, they turned off their auto ship, now what, right? So let's say 2 months have passed, maybe even 6 months or a year, depending on how long you've been in the business, and they haven't reordered. So give one little quick tip on what you might say, a message or a phone call, to break the ice and get them excited again.
I would maybe just follow up and ask how they're enjoying their product. So they may have ordered a few things at once and then turn the auto shipment off and just place orders as they want, which is great. So I would just follow up and see how they're enjoying their products and their results. Just get a little bit of feedback, and you might just get talking about other things about their life. So are they super run down and they're really busy at work? Maybe they need to add in the greens, or we can tell them about our energy drinks. So it's just finding out their needs, hearing where they're at in life, and how any of our products might be able to help.
For me, I always try and have a little verbiage or note in regards to what I can relate to with them. So if it's something like, while we had our first conversation, she mentioned she had low iron, or he mentioned that he worked shift work, something like that. When they stop the auto shipment, first of all, I try and always send out a quarterly newsletter, and I try and make it look pretty, because people like pretty things. But when I do this follow-up with individuals that stop their auto shipment, I want them to know that I genuinely listen to them, that I actually do care about their health. So I'll mention to them, you know what, I've been using the greens for the last 6 months, and I haven't had to use my iron pills, and how are you doing? And usually they're like, what? Because a lot of people, well, I'm speaking from personal experience, a lot of people may not know this, but just taking something as simple as an iron pill can do a lot of different things to your body and just help one particular thing. My father works shift work, so I see how it affects his body, and he's also battling cancer as well. So there's certain things that I always try and listen. I always try and listen to what they say about themselves, what they say about their families, and I genuinely, when I call them back, I genuinely want to know how they're doing, what it is. If they did stop their auto shipment, and I knew they had a goal, did you reach your goal? How's everything going? Because then we can also talk about maintenance. So, yeah, that's my tip.
I think those are great advice. We are creating relationships with these people, and that's how we're going to maintain our customers and keep them ordering and keep them happy. I always like to see how they're using their products, making sure they're using them correctly when I'm following up, because we want them to have the best results. So then they're going to be telling their friends and so on, right? If a loyal customer has been ordering consistently, then even after, say, 6 months, I often go to them and say, you've been ordering consistently for 6 months, perhaps you would like to become a distributor and, make a little bit of extra money. Even try your products at a reduced price. So that can be a real add-on too. When it's about, we're just before the 3rd month, when I follow up with a loyal customer, I always remind them that if they order for 6 consecutive months, they get the product credit. $50 a free product. It's awesome, right? Like, who doesn't love to get, we're getting paid to shop, right? I know when I started in December, I was so excited for my customers in, June or July, getting their $50. And I called them up and said, hey, you got your $50. And by that time, they had worked up a good bank. I know my aunt, the other day I called her, she had $300 in perk points. She was so excited, right? She's like, oh, I didn't even know about it. Like, I told her about it, but she's like, oh my goodness, that's awesome, shopping spree. And also that if they order consecutively for 12 months, they get $150. So we have awesome perk points, like let's remind them, right? I even at the 3 months remind them like to use their perk points at that point too, because they will expire. I think, is it 60 days now? So 60 days from when they shut off their auto ship. I even remind them right away and set up another reminder on my phone. In 30 days to say, oh, I've noticed that you haven't used your perk points, like, and let me help you out with an order, or just ask them questions.
Perfect. So, and we do say that a loyal customer is just a trial for becoming a distributor. So if you take care of them, make those relationships strong, when they're ready, guess what? They're going to want to sign up with you. All right. So then we have our warm market. So warm market means, the people that are on your 100th list. Those are the ones that, you've contacted a few times. Maybe they've, said I'm interested, but it hasn't gone any further. These are the people in your life that you've met, you have some sort of relationship already with. And now you've already contacted them, but now you need to follow up because they haven't ordered yet. And you're kind of like, do I bug them? How many times do I talk to them? So I'm going to let Marilyn share a little tip on following up with your warm market and how to keep them connected with you without feeling like you're going over the top and pestering them.
So I personally hate to be the person that's pestering people, and it was hindering my business a little bit in the beginning because I didn't want to get out there and bug people and harass them. So it's all about relationships with your warm market. So it's all about planting seeds, Barb says all the time. And it's different than somebody that is in your cold market that you're just meeting at a show or at an event or just in your everyday life at the grocery store. Your warm market can take a little bit longer to come around. Some of them want to jump on board right away. I was one of the ones that took a longer time to come around, a year. So I understand and respect the people that might take a little bit longer. I just had one of my best friends join after a year of sitting back and watching. So once you've approached your warm market, your family, your friends, the people that are in your closest network, you want to just kind of connect with them, go for a coffee, go for dinner, chat about your business and your life and get to know about theirs. So you know what their needs are. Is there a product that might be good for them? Is there something about the business opportunity that would be really good in their life? Maybe they've just lost a job or they're looking for some additional income. Or there's a product that would be really helpful, like the relief for the greens, or they just want to try a wrap. So I like to connect with people. Obviously, we all use social media, but it's important to have that personal touch too. So every month I kind of go through and send a text message to people maybe I haven't talked to in a few months, just reconnect with them, see if they'll go for coffee or dinner, and you're just working on those relationships. That's what it is with your warm market. They sit back and watch what you're doing, that you're having fun and that you're meeting new people and that you're loving these products. So be consistent in what you're showing people. Post on social media what you're excited about, how it's incorporated into your life. But check in with them, especially if you've had someone that's a maybe. There's some people that are no's right off the bat, but give them a few months and there's something that they're seeing in your life or with your products that they're interested in. So don't let that warm market go cold, or don't not follow up with them just because they've been hesitant or they've been skeptical. I was a super skeptic, so I understand when people are skeptical of the business or the products, and it just takes them a bit of time to just see more about it through us. We're the brand representative, we're the distributors, we want to share information with them. So do the follow-up, build that relationship, and
Okay. Do you guys know how many times on average you have to be in contact with somebody before they will consider purchasing from you? Give me some numbers.
7.
All right. So it's see an ad 100 times before it clicks. That's why McDonald's still advertises. It's true. You need to speak to a person anywhere between 7 and 15 times before they even consider purchasing from you. Most of us give up at 3. So don't give up. You know what? It's fun. Make it fun. Don't be so serious about it. It's okay. Have fun. Just build rapport with people. Don't always be about selling them on the spot. Just have fun with it. All right. So don't forget about your warm market. Okay. I'm going to ask Michelle, will you come over here? And if you want to share, who's gone blitzing? All right. Who carries their ballot pad with them? All right. So every time you're out, mall, restaurant, whatever, you should be blitzing. You should also be getting their information. Every single time that you can, you want to get a ballot filled out. So I'm going to let you share a little bit about how you might follow up with that person. You have no idea who they are, but you've met them, you've got their information. How do you follow up? How, what's the time frame, and what might you do to make a connection?
All right, so my new thing is when I get their ballot and information, I say to them, hey, are you on Facebook? And oftentimes they are. I'm like, oh, what's your name? And so I usually pull out my phone and I hand them my phone and get them to type in their name and add them as a friend. When I get home that day, or is it the next day, I say, thank you for, filling out a ballot. I've entered you in my monthly draw. Good luck. And, at that point, I can ask them, did you want to cash in your $5 coupon? I sometimes don't do that. Sometimes it's more just based on building a relationship with them. I then follow up again in 2 weeks. That's when I usually do a draw I do a draw on the 15th and I do a draw at the end of the month too. So by that time I've usually done my draw, and if they're the winner, I call them up and say, hey, you won the wrap session. When can I get you? I offer evening or weekend appointments, what works best for you. So I give them 2 opportunities and 2 different times to what works best. If they didn't win the free wrap, because we can't be giving away tons of wraps, I oftentimes say, hey, would you like to, I want to follow up and see whether you wanted to cash in your $5 coupon and for a wrap session, and I do have a green sample for you. So, or depending on how the conversation goes, they might say, oh, I have a bunch of friends and different things, and I will invite them to host a party and try a wrap for free. So.
Awesome. Okay, so Sasha, I'm going to get you to share with us who's done a trade show. All right. So if you were on the call last night, I went over some of the great tips on doing a trade show. But the benefits of a trade show is that you get all these new leads. A lot of us will do a trade show. We get all these wonderful ballots filled out, and then they sit there. And we don't actually do anything with those ballots. So now we've completely wasted our time and money. So you need to use those ballots. These people have stopped. They've spoken with you. They're excited. And my first tip, even before you add on to it, is you should be contacting them within 48 hours. So whether it's a quick email to say thank you for stopping by, or I'm going to be doing my draw soon, or you're actually phoning them to let them know they won, you should be contacting them within 48 hours because you're going to stand out from everybody else at that show. So why don't you share some of your tips on not only how often to follow up, but an actual phone call. What would you say to that person as you phone them?
So I absolutely agree with you, and that's something that Annie and I firmly believe. You should be following up with your ballot leads within 24 to 48 hours. Not only do you stand out, like Audrey said, but they will remember you. It works as a very unique product. So when you call within those 24 to 48 hours, they're going to remember, oh, okay, yeah, I remember her. That's really nice of her that she's calling. She's showing interest in me. And we have so many amazing products that, when you get that person on the phone, you're usually, for me, my experience is, if you do get them on the phone, you end up finding out that there is something that we can offer them. If it's not the wrap, there's always like a supplement of the greens. I say everyone needs the greens in their household. So for me, when I get the ballot pads, I do, within the first 24 hours, I send out an email just to let them know that it was a pleasure meeting them at the trade show today, whatever the name of the trade show was. If there was something that really stood out, maybe I commented on their Prada loafers or something. I love your Prada loafers, by the way, right? Just something to just kind of lighten it up. And then in 48 hours, I do give them a call. And on our ballot pads, I don't have one with me, but I believe they're for sale in the back. If you don't have any, definitely get some. They're little check marks.